So many gadgets. It's like a science.
I mean, you could just use this.
Oh no, this is another level. Okay. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. Let me. My hair is not symmetrical. Which side is it? This side. Okay. Okay. There we go. Thank you.
Cool. All right. I've been spelling your name N-I-C. Is that wrong? Because I think it's with a K. Okay, so I think Rose. No. Because Rose. I think Rose said that by accident. We'll have a meeting about it.
How y'all doing? Nick Brengle here, and today we're talking about Summer at the Stew, which is a short documentary film that I produced last month. It covered two artists spending a month-long residency at a studio here in Washington, D.C. Over the years, I found myself pursuing more and more projects that don't necessarily give you a huge payday at all, and that's not why you do it. You do it to build relationships and to tell a story, a compelling story, and to use your gifts and talents to help better others in the art community, or people that are just trying to make a change, make a difference, and impact other people's lives in a positive way. And so this project was with an artist that I've worked with over the years many times, and her name is Rose Jaffe. Some of you over the years have seen some of the as my diffusion falls, but you can't see it. Over the years, I've done a lot of projects with her, and you've probably watched some of those. There'll be links below and here and somewhere to go watch the documentary and other content, but stay here first. Yes, and also, if you're not subscribed, if somehow you stumbled upon this video, consider subscribing, at least hit the like button, drop a comment down below, and all of those things help to promote this channel, and it's free support, and it helps, obviously what we're doing here. Now, what are we here to talk about today? We are going to cover quickly just a little bit of the pre-production, the gear used, and then most importantly, the color that told the story of these two artists, because, I don't know, I thought that was an interesting title. When it came to the production of this, it was only going to be a handful of shoots. I've been in this space many times before, and I understand working with artists, and it's very fluid and moving quickly, and I don't want to impede. I don't want to get into their space and give a lot of direction. That's just my approach. I want to come into an artist space and let them just keep doing everything that they're doing, and I will work around them. That tends to kind of bring out the most natural and real feeling scenes, and you're not trying to, produce it too much. There's a time and place for that, of course, but with something like a documentary where you're just trying to be a fly on the wall, this is the best approach. So what I did was I chose to shoot quite a bit on sticks, and with the Sigma 24-70, which is what we're using right now, and I would kind of pick out different spots, and I would just let the camera rest. And I am a huge fan of static shots, especially that have that breathe a little bit and give the audience a window into what that felt like in that moment, I guess, like the actual scene. And we'll get into the color, of course, that evokes even more the textures and feeling alongside the music and what the artists are saying and doing. And it's one big harmonious chaotic mess that comes together. So I chose to shoot a lot on sticks, and then anything that was handheld was with an easy rig, which I didn't use a ton of. I did for a handful of the while they were working, I was filming and having them talk, so I was sort of doing a much more handheld look there. And there was 2 different lenses that were used, and you might be able to easily spot this out and maybe not, but the 24-70 Sigma was used probably 70% of this shoot, and the rest was with the Helios, the 44-2, the 58 millimeter anamorphic lens, which I've had adapted to the L mount for the Blackmagic cinema camera. And specifically, you'll notice those in the 2 the talking head interview portions where I used that lens. And it's also pretty obvious that again, maybe not obvious, I take that back. I did not use any lighting at all except for those 2 talking head interviews, where I used what is out of frame now is just the 2-foot pavo tube, and I just kind of put it a little off camera and bounced it up in the studio and let that be a little bit of fill light. But other than that, I worked with completely natural light. That studio actually has just a huge glass window, and you'll notice if you watch the film and then also the clips you're seeing here that the color temperature changes, the lighting changes, and that's not just because I'm using a different lens. That's also because the actual room, the color, it shifts, and I allowed for that to just happen. I didn't do a ton of work to recreate in each scene the exact same color temperature and the same exact look and feel, because that's not what it was. That's not what it looked like even when you were there in person. It maybe was cloudy or raining outside or dark, and you had completely different tones, and the way that the shadows hit the subjects, hit the walls, and just color reproduces in very different ways. So that was a little bit intentional, only because I was making this documentary about 2 artists creating something, and I just felt like it had this kind of full circle feel to it, and maybe I missed the mark, I don't know, but that's what I was going for, and I was happy with the outcome for sure. I don't know of many other technical things. Again, we shot with the Blackmagic cinema camera, open gate, 3-to-1 ratio, so I think I had must have been 6 or 7 terabytes of footage to work with, which was a lot. And I don't edit with proxies. I am only editing with the raw files on my Mac Studio, and I have 0 problems in Resolve at all. So that's kind of nice. The color, what most of you clicked on the video because you saw color, you saw Dehancer, and I'm here to tell you that this short film, this video here, is a perfect representation of how powerful Dehancer is, because I think a lot of you might watch that short film or see the clips in this video and try to guess what film stock and how I color graded the footage. I didn't use any film stocks at all. I used the Dehancer's built-in Rec 709 that matches to my camera, which it matches to a bunch of different cameras. I used the Rec 709, And then from there, I used the print tool. I used some color balance tools. I used film grain. I enhanced my tonal contrast, the color depth, the density, and that's pretty much it. I really just tweaked what was already there in camera, and I was really happy with it. I didn't really necessarily want to use a specific film stock because I didn't want to misrepresent the colors that were there in the moment. And if I was making a short film that was a more narrative piece, or a typical something like this for my YouTube channel, I would use a film stock and I would make it really look the way that I wanted it to look. But because I was trying to represent what these artists were doing, I wanted to try to match the same texture, the same depth of what they were doing. So I thought it fit really, really well that Vanessa was using fabrics and denim and these kind of rich textures along with painting, and then Logan likewise was using wood and glass, and he was painting not even with a brush. I don't even know what that thing's called. He was painting with like a scalpel, and it just popped right off the screen. And so I really approached it in that sense, and I didn't know that when I was shooting it. It's pretty much when I sat down at the computer and I realized, oh, I can't put a film stock on this. I can't go overboard. I just need to bring it to life. So as you see the raw clips, as they dissolve, into what is the graded footage, and then go watch the full documentary. Again, the link is somewhere, okay? If you like this video, please like it. Just hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and also go check out Dehancer, because Dehancer Film Emulation is the greatest tool that is available for filmmakers that don't have a budget to hire a full-blown color grading service, or if you're getting into color grading in DaVinci Resolve. I highly recommend partnering the two together as you're learning color grading, because DaVinci Resolve gives you so many tools, it's insane. And when you bring Dehancer in, it only enhances it. So so anyway, that's my vomit of a video where I just expelled a bunch of information, philosophical things, gear related things, color I should probably stop talking. Anyway, go watch the video. That's pretty much